There we go. Oh, yes, yes. So I'm not quite sure which slide. The slide for parents and adults. So I'm going to be doing something to help the children understand a Bible story, and hopefully you'll also enjoy it too. But there's going to be some reflective questions on the screen. They're questions for you to think about the parable of the great feast that we so beautifully had read by the children. So if what is going on, you think, oh, that's a bit childish, or that's not for you, think about some of the questions that are going to be on the screen to help you think about the story in your way, at a level that you can get something out of it too. Because every parable Jesus told was for everyone, for young to old, to understand about his kingdom. And every time we go back to a parable, we find something new there. It's like a treasure box. And when we open the lid and look at the parable, we find new gems and new treasures. So look for the ones that are there for you today. So we just need to get these questions up on the screen, and soon they'll be here. And then we can proceed with the service. So we'll get there in time. Whether I can change it. Nope. I think they're still working up there. Well, maybe the questions aren't going. Oh, here we go. Here's next slide. The Lord's Prayer with actions. And then the next one. Try. Let's see. Here we go. Reflective questions. So if I had heard Jesus tell this story, what would it have meant to me if I tell the story? And what do I like best about the parable? What in the parable is the thing that you think, yes, I enjoy that the most. That's the most wonderful treasure for me. What is the most important message in this parable for you today, where you are in your life? Where are you in the story? Which part of the story is most like you? Are you the king? Are you the servants? Are you those in the streets and around the sick and poor people? Are you those who said, you know what, I'm just busy for this party, I've got better things to do? And what does this story help you to understand about God's love? So those are questions for you. You can snap them with your phone or try and remember the ones that you think will be most useful to you. So if you find that this interaction is not for you, these are the questions to help make it for you, because Jesus' parable for everybody, and we can all take something away from it. Well, many, many years ago, there was a king. And he had a nice, comfy, everyday crown to wear so that he could think wisely and do good things. And he was really, really delighted because an amazing thing had happened. You know, for years and years and years, there had been an enemy fighting their country, destroying their people, taking away their land, taking away their flocks, and doing terrible things to them. And at last, that war was over. The king's son had led a great battle. He had conquered them forever, and they were forever free of their enemy. And the king was just so happy that his people were free from this enemy for the rest of their lives. So the king decided to think about what could he do to celebrate this amazing event that his son had done, this great victory that he had. He decided that what he would do is he would have the best party ever, and everyone would be welcome. And so he started to think about parties and why people had parties. And he wanted to think about, do people have parties because they like the fun things they do at them? Like, this is for a skating party. Do people like to have parties because they want to spend time with their friends? Do they have parties because they want to... this is a really tricky clicker. Oh well. I may just have to ignore this. No worries. So, do they go to parties because they like the food? Is that the most amazing thing? They want to go there for the food. Or do they go because they really like the tummy ache they get afterwards the next day? So, you think about it. Do you like to go to parties? And you can have more than one answer. The parties where there are fun things to do. Who likes to go to parties with fun things to do? Yep. Maybe you go What do children do these days? You go to bouncy play centres or swimming pools or bowling or the zoo. Okay, all right. Or maybe you like to go because of your friends. Who likes to go to parties because of the friends there, to be with their friends? Yes? That's cool, isn't it? Who likes to go to parties because of good food? There's a pizza that someone wanted earlier. You like to go because of the food. And who likes to go because of the tummy ache? See? It says ouch on his seed. So who likes to get that tummy ache afterwards from eating too much? There's always one. Always one who's willing to go through that, through the pain. So then he thought about, what would you like to do at the party? Let's have something to do. And he thought about skating on a sea of glass. Would you like to skate on a sea of glass? Would you like to play with lions? Here's a friendly lion. He's a very friendly lion, aren't you? Yes. To play with the animals. Would you like to... Okay. I need to go back a lot. back. And then if the clicker's working, I'll take over. Yeah, okay, I'll try and do it more from this side. Just go back a bit here. Okay, we're struggling with this. We can just ignore it. So he thought about what people could do at the party. And he thought, would they like to skate on a sea of glass? Would they like to play with his animals? Would they like to learn to fly like birds? Or would they like to do some space travel? Imagine a party like that. Isn't that incredible? Which would you like to do? Who would like to skate on the sea of glass? Yes? Yes, I'd like to skate and not hurt myself. That would be nice. Who would like to play with the animals and my grandchildren? Just near you, isn't it? And there's always amazing animals there, but it's nice to go and be with wallabies and the other animals that are nice and friendly. But there's some animals I don't think I want to get in their pen with. So, but you could there. And who would like to learn how to fly? Yes? That would be cool. My husband has done paragliding, and I will not even go and watch when he does paragliding. I'm waiting to heaven for doing that sort of stuff because I'm not very, gravity and me don't get on very well. And then space travel. Who wants to do space travel? That's amazing, isn't it? Space travel. So, you want to do space travel? Yes. And then he thought, we'll do all kinds of amazing things so everyone will be happy. And then what food will we have? And he thought about the food, and he thought, well, shall we have veggie burger and chips? Who likes veggie burger and chips? Or shall we have pizza and salad? Or some really nice sandwiches? You like sandwiches? Or the king's favorite, beetroot and spinach soup. So hands up, who wants veggie burger and chips? Hands up, who wants pizza? Hands up, who wants sandwiches? And hands up, who wants beetroot and spinach soup? Oh, good. I'm glad someone likes beetroot and spinach soup. It's better than you think. You should try it. If you've never tried it, don't judge. And then he thought, we'll have all of those things, all of those amazing things, and so much more, so everyone is happy. And he thought about the desserts. So this is all the dinners, okay? The pizza, the veggie burgers, and the soup, yay. And then he thought, what should we have for dessert? Can move on, if you like, to desserts. The next slide. And dessert is, what's that? Ice cream. And the next one is a lovely chocolate cake. And then the next one is a really healthy fruit salad. And then the king's favorite, beetroot and spinach cookies. So, who would like ice cream? And who would like chocolate cake? And who would like fruit salad? And who would like beetroot and spinach cookies? Do you know, I have one, and I forgot to bring it. I keep it in my freezer, and I forgot to bring it this time. I woke up this morning and thought, I forgot my favorite cookie. Left it behind. Anyway, the king decided that they would have all these wonderful meals, all these wonderful things to do, all of the wonderful desserts. Everything was so that everybody would feel welcome. Whatever they loved, whatever they enjoyed would be there, because he wanted to celebrate in a really amazing way. So the king was very excited. He sat down. He invited all of his servants to come, and he gave them all the orders, everything to do, everything to make, what to do in his whole palace and all the gardens. They were going to be busy, busy, busy for quite a while. And while they were being busy, he wrote out invitations to all his friends. He was so happy, and he wrote and wrote and wrote to everyone he could think of and said, please come to the party, because it's going to be the best party ever. Wow. A little while later, the day dawned. It was the day for the party. And the king was so excited because it was going to be the best party ever. And he woke up in the morning and he had a good stretch, and he went down to eat his porridge with beetroot and spinach syrup. It was so delicious and such a lovely pink color with green spots. And he really enjoyed his porridge. And then he saw down the road there was the postman came. And the postman had a very long way to come up his drive. So he was cycling away on his bike all the way up the very, very long drive. And he brought a big stack of letters to the king. And the king loved to get letters, because if you're a king, like, you don't worry about bills, do you? So every letter's amazing. And he was so excited. He loved to get letters. And he thought, maybe someone will ask for my help. I love to help people. Maybe someone will ask, will say thank you for something that I've done. I always love to hear their thanks. Maybe they want to say how much they love me. That's lovely. I wonder what is going to be in these letters. And then the servant brought the letters on a silver tray to the king, and he started to open them. I wonder who has got big voices that can help me to read these letters. And if you click the screen, we'll see the letter in a moment. Okay. I need a girl for the first one. Okay. You at the end, yes? So here's a letter for you to read. Just check it's, yeah, that's right.
Dear King, I'm sorry I can't come to the best party ever. I have to go buy a new dress. Love, Emma.
Oh, I'm so sad. Emma's so special. She's my friend. And she doesn't want to come to the best party ever. She wants to buy a dress. She can come with whatever she's wearing. Why would she not come to my party because she wants to buy a dress? That's really sad. I love Emma, but she doesn't even want to come to the best party ever. I wonder who else can read a letter. I need a boy this time. Okay, so come. And here's your letter. On the next screen.
Dear King, I'm sorry I can't come to the best party ever. I have just bought a new computer game and I want to get level 7 before Sam does. Love, from James.
Oh, I'm so sad. James, I love James. He's such a nice dad. He doesn't even want to come to my party because he'd rather play computer games than fly around and play with my lions and do all these wonderful things. Just rather play with computer games. I am so sad. Maybe this will be a better letter. Let's see. I need a girl this time, a girl with a big loud voice. Okay, you want to come? So,
Dear King, I'm sorry I can't come to the best party ever. I'm going to watch the latest episode of my favorite TV show, Love, from Hannah.
I'm so sad. I love Hannah. I'd rather watch her favorite TV show. And she could put it on repeat or record it or something, whatever they do these days. I'm sure she can watch it at another time and come to the best party ever. But she'd rather watch telly than come to my amazing party. Let's see if there's anything else. I need a boy voice. Okay. this is from Jonah. This is from Jonah.
Dear King, I'm sorry I can't come to have the best party ever. I'm afraid I'll have to stay at home to look after my new pet fish. Love, Jonah.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm so sad. I love Jonah. He'd rather stay at home and look after his new fish. I mean, I could have sent an invitation for the fish as well. They're all welcome. Everyone's welcome in my kingdom. And he'd rather stay at home and look after a fish. I mean, he would have stayed home to look after a fish, right? It's so sad. And anyway, there were more and more of these. Everyone he invited sent a letter like that. How do you think the king felt? Can you show me on your face? How would you feel if everybody turned down your invitation to the best party you've ever had? How would you feel? Can you show me sad? Because everything was ready. The food was all ready. All those yummy things, all those delicious desserts, all those wonderful things to do. And so he walked around thinking. He was stroking his favorite lion. And he nibbled on one of his favorite beetroot and spinach cookies because they always gave him inspiration. What am I going to do? And then he had the most amazing idea. And so he got on his mobile phone and he WhatsApped all his servants and they came running and running and they were all looking sad because they'd heard what had happened. They'd heard about all these excuses that were so really sad because they loved the king. He was an amazing, wonderful old man. He was so caring and kind. He wasn't like a snobby king or a nasty king. He was just loving and kind. And they couldn't imagine why people wouldn't want to come to his best party ever. So they came looking sad, but when they got to the king had the happiest face ever. He said, come here. I've got the most amazing idea. What we're going to do is we're going to invite all the people who never come to parties, right? All the people that they didn't even have homes I could send an invitation to. Go and find those people, the poor people, the people that are lame and crippled and blind and smelly and all the children, and make sure everyone comes into my party. You can put on the next slide now, because I need all your children to help me. So the next slide should say, if it will work, is that if your birthday is January to June, you are one of my servants. So you need to come up here and be a servant, okay? It's nice being my servant. Like, I'm not bossy and mean, right, Sue? You're very welcome. So have we got any more servants, any more birthdays from January to June? Because I need lots of servants. I've got a big job for you to do. Thank you. And if your birthday is July to December, I want you to come and stand over here. July to December, you stand over here. So this side, you're January to June and your servants, and this side, you're July to December. Now you have to decide whether they're going to be poor, or lame, you kind of hop, or blind, and you put a hand over your eyes, but not too much, because I don't want anyone to fall over and get hurt. Or you've got an injured leg, or you're smelly, you could hold your nose like that, if you like. Or if you want to be a child, you can just be yourself, okay? So you're one of these people. Hungry, you rub your tummy. Poor, beg. Smelly, hold your nose. Blind, cover your eyes a bit. Injured leg, limp. Children, just smile and be yourself, okay? And you're my servants, and I want you to go and find everyone that's poor and smelly and lame and blind and whatever else, and bring them to the party. Can you go find them? And say, come to the party. Come to the best party ever. Wow. Do you know what? The king was so happy to see all these people, and they were so happy to be there. And what were they doing? What did they do first? There was lots of yummy food. So they went to eat the food. Can you pretend you're eating all the food? all of you, the servants too. It's for everybody. Everybody's welcome. So imagine all the food we spoke about and your best favoritist food. And then your best favoritist dessert. Eat that as well. Fun? No. The cookies were so popular, the king had to send for the cook to make 1 million more because everyone really liked them, actually. They didn't throw them to the animals. And what do? They skated on the sea of ice, on the sea of glass. They skate. And they patted the lions and the animals. They played with them. They learned to fly like birds. Woo! And a few of them even went on a quick space trip. And the king walked around and he thought, you know what? I have never been as happy as this in my whole life. And the king and his son walked around and they just thought, this is amazing. My party is full of people and they're all happy to be here. This is incredible. And when everyone saw the king, they did 3 cheers for the king and they shouted, we love the king. Can you do that? We love the king. We love the king. We love the king. And then they saw his son, and he was the one who'd won that great victory. And they said, we love the son. We love the son. We love the son. And everyone was so, so happy. And then people thought, it's getting dark. We're all going to have to leave this lovely party and go home. And, pardon? Well, listen to the story. You know what the king said? He said the most amazing thing. He said, you know when you go to parties, sometimes you just get a little party bag with a bit of cake and a toy and something to do? Well, do you know what the special gift of coming to this party is? You get to stay in this party forever. Can you imagine that? And he said, you know what? I've made each one of you a room that has just for you, and it's got everything you like in it, and it's just for you. And you can stay and live with me forever. Isn't that the best party ever? Wow. Do you know what the hungry people knew? They would never be hungry again. The lame people, they jumped for joy and they found their legs were working well. The blind people could see, and it's gone. And the poor people knew they would never be poor, and the children knew they would always be fed and loved and happy. Isn't that amazing? Wow. So tell me, who do you think the king really is? God, yes. And who is the son? Jesus. And where is this party going to take place? In heaven. And who's going to be there? Everyone who wants to go. Yeah, everyone who says yes to the invitation. Sorry? Everyone will be like angels, won't we? Isn't that incredible? Now, I've got something here for you, because I've got another job for all of you. Everyone here needs to know that they're invited to heaven. So take some of these invitations. Take a few each and make sure that everybody, just 1 or 2 each, make sure that everybody here, share them out so everyone's got some. So you've got quite a lot, so give them to the children. So every child has some to share, okay? Give a few to each one to share. If you've got a few, make sure everyone's got at least one so that we can share. And now go and make sure that everybody has an invitation that is here. You have an invitation, and make sure that everybody else does. Plenty. You've got plenty. I've got some more here. So if you haven't got any, here's some more. Go and give them out. You've got to share the invitation with everybody. Okay? But keep one for you to remind yourself. There's even more here if you need them. I'm sure there's enough. Everybody out there needs them. Everybody there needs them. You guys go, share. Everyone's welcome, remember? So give them to everybody in the whole church. Make sure everybody has an invitation to the party. Okay. because it's going to be amazing. What does it say on this invitation? Make sure everybody has one. Has everybody got one? No one must be left out because everybody is invited. If there's some spare, bring them back to the front. Make sure you have one as well. Has everybody here got one? You've got one. Okay. Because now I'm going to ask you some questions. You're invited to the best party ever. Where is it going to be? Heaven. What time will it be? When I come to fetch you. I'm not sure what this is, but thank you. And what do you wear? Come as you are. And then listen to this. It says, I love you so much, and I really hope you'll choose to come to my party, which will last forever. All my love always, God. So he loves us all always. He wants us to live with him forever because he loves us. Do you know what? He misses us, and he can't wait for us to go to heaven. He can't wait to come and get us. And I think he's waiting a little bit longer because he wants as many people as possible to be at the best party ever, forever. Isn't that incredible? So, who wants to be at that party? And are we going to tell other people about the party too? So they know that they're loved, they know that they're wanted, and that God has an amazing plan for them. We can share that invitation with other people too. Let's pray. Father God, we want to thank you for your incredible love for us that holds your arms out wide and says, everybody in your kingdom and to your party. And we want to say yes. We want to be there at your party. We don't want to make silly excuses and make other things more important than you. And help us to share this good news of your love, of the joy and of celebrating forever with you, with all those around us who feel very sad in this challenging world. Help us to share with them the good news that you have something so much better waiting for us. And we thank you for your love